Welcome to Classic Car Cave. I'm having a classic rant tonight. I got a beers and I just wanted to kind of speak my mind about a few things. God, the first thing is I've been watching quite a few YouTube videos about ex-servicemen, veterans or service women, about veterans that have been out in Iraq, Iran, Kosovo, Northern Ireland, whatever, wherever there's been troubles around the world. And I see these people that are, they're sleeping rough, they've got PTSD, and the government's basically doing nothing about it, and it's unbelievable. And I've been looking at this veterans lottery, which I think is a brilliant idea. I hope most of it goes, unfortunately with a lot of charities, it doesn't always go to the people it should go to. They have all these managers on ridiculously high salaries, but whatever. We won't go into that, but I hope most of the guys and girls who are affected need it. I think it's atrocious that our ex-veterans are treated this way. Unbelievable, especially with what they've been through. Now, I'm an ex-Royal Marine myself. Okay, I came out in 1970, joined in 70, came out in 79. It's a long time ago. But I wanted to join this lottery. I just thought it would be nice, to put something into it. If you win something, fine. It's not really, it wasn't really what it was about. The problem is, even as a British citizen, I have a British passport, I'm still a British citizen, but I have a 10-year visa in Austria, even though I'm married to an Austrian. I can't join it. I can't join the Veterans Lottery because you can only join it if you have a UK residence, which is a bit of a pisser. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a member of my family who lives in London, and I'll pay the £30 a month or whatever we're going to do. And I said, look, if you do it for me, it's my niece actually. I said, if you do it for me, I'll just split it with you if we win anything. I'm not in it for winning, but it's something I want to give back. I could probably just donate it, so we'll see what happens. But it's annoying that I guess it's not the Veterans Lottery's fault. I guess it's some gaming rule or law or whatever. But it's bloody stupid, I don't know why. There must be loads of ex-Brits that live overseas, hundreds of thousands that probably would want to donate, but you can't if you're not in the system, or you can't go into the lottery anyway. So that's one thing. The second thing is when I went to the UK, I had to go down through Austria, Germany, obviously, the Netherlands, Belgium, France, whatever, you had to get on the boat to go over. And while I was in Germany, I was on the Autobahn, and I was only about 30%, probably at 30% of the Autobahn, which is unrestricted. Excuse me a minute, I'm going to grab a mouthful. That's better. And so it's about 30%, something like that. And the problem with the Autobahn is on-off, so you can go 2 or 3 kilometres or 10 kilometres and it drops back down to 120 again or whatever. So while I was going, I was near Frankfurt, and I got a speeding ticket, and and as you can see on this speeding ticket, you probably won't be able to see it very well, but there's a mugshot of me and the license plate of the vehicle, and the fine is €40, which probably in the UK or in America is probably reasonable, but I was doing, it was 100 kilometres an hour, and I was doing 115, so I was doing just under 10 miles an hour too fast. But what annoys me about this has fuck all to do with road safety or accidents or people driving too fast. When I got pulled for this, and every other car that went with me was the same, it went from unrestricted down to 120, I dropped down to 120, and within 100 metres of getting down at 120, it was at 100, and the camera was pointed down a super steep hill, 3 lanes, I think it was 3 or 4 lanes, and what it was there for, it was there to just make money, just to catch money, the same as Eulers and all this other shit. It's absolute bollocks that people can take a vehicle that is a polluting vehicle as long as you pay. So is it the whole point of the exercise was supposed to be drop pollution down, but if you're prepared to pay, then you can pollute, that's okay. But what the fuck is the sense in that? Anyway, that's another point. But these fines are really, it's just money collected. It's absolute bollocks. It has nothing to do with road safety. Okay, the next one is, once again, I've said this many, many times before, the point of risk of being boring with it, but what is it with people who are too fucking lazy to park properly? Now, there's white lines in parking spaces. Surely, if you're going to park in between the lines, not at an angle, not across the lines, because then everybody else has to do it. Or if you've got a vehicle that's too big, there are normally, especially in Austria, there are parking spaces for people with unhangers or trailers. There's a special bay for them. It's a little bit further away from the shop door, but you've got a trailer on, but there's a special place for them. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of clips, a couple of videos. One is in the supermarket they go to, Interspar, and the other one is at a place called Hellweg, which is like a DIY store. There you go, another perfect example. A lot of people can't park in between two fucking white lines. This one next to me, oh, it's Hungarian, look at that, oh, it's parked. This one's, I mean, why can't they just park up and down the straight fucking line? The amount of them that do it is just unreal. It's pure laziness. Look at this, typical. Oh, this is a work van, and he's parked it over 3 parking spots. Okay, there's some wood sticking out the back, but he could have put it somewhere else. So he's taken up 3 parking spots, and fuck everybody else. It's just typical of the attitude these days. I don't know. Look at that, three parking spots is across. What a wanker. Now some arsehole they would obviously join us because I know the company, and they've got some wood sticking out the back, which at least they've been smart enough not to have the wood. It shouldn't be sticking out the back anyway, but at least it's a kind of cab, four-seater cab with a pickup back on it, and they've got big bits of wood hanging out the back of it. There wasn't any marker on it, but anyway, even so, it's illegal. And they were parked across 3 or 4 bays at an angle, or at least 3 bays, because it was closest to the door of the shop, and yet not another 20 metres on, there was a special place for these guys to park with the long trailers or the long loads, but can't be asked to do it. And this is typical of the attitude we have these days, where nobody gives a fuck for anybody else. You know, it's me, me, what can I add, what can I get, and so on and so forth. There's no thought for anybody else, and it's the same with parking. If you park in between 2 white lines, everybody else can park, and nobody's going to get any door damage, or nobody's going to go through it with a shopping trolley and catch somebody else's car because there isn't enough space or they can't control it. I mean, let's face it, some of these people, some people in the world today have got a lower IQ than a fucking shopping trolley. You know, I mean, some of these people must have got in the gene pool when the lifeguard wasn't looking. Really, it's unbelievable. To me, the IQ has seemed to have gone down. Maybe that's just me being a grumpy old git. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to put this up, and you know, just think about other people. You know, if you're going to park, then if you have to back up a little bit and park straight, do it. It might save your car or somebody else's car, but we can all get into the parking space. Instead of this, fuck you, I'm alright Jack. Anyway, I just wanted to put this out because it's been winding me up for a while, and I've had this bit of footage on my phone for some weeks, but I wanted to put it up because it annoys the crap out of me. Anyway, that's rant over, back to cars. Take care, catch you later.